Welcome back to NT Coins World. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Washington quarters, exploring two remarkable coins that stand out for their history, design, rarity, and value. If you're a collector or just curious about rare and valuable coins, you won't want to miss this. We'll be discussing the 1966 Washington quarter dollar and the 1994 P Washington quarter dollar, both of which have unique features and fascinating stories. We'll cover their historical background, design elements, mintage numbers, market value, notable errors, and why they are sought after by collectors. Make sure to stay until the end, because some of these quarters could be worth more than you think. Now let's get started. The 1966 Washington quarter is a fascinating coin from a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. It was minted just 1 year after the United States stopped producing quarters with 90% silver content. Instead, these coins were struck in a clad composition of copper and nickel, which became the standard. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint faced a national coin shortage. To address this issue, the Mint halted the use of mint marks on quarters from 1965 to 1967. This means that no matter where a 1966 Washington quarter was minted, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it does not have a mint mark. The decision was meant to discourage coin hoarding, but collectors today find these no-mint mark coins particularly interesting. The obverse of the 1966 Washington quarter features the classic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, while "In God We Trust" is inscribed to the left. The date 1966 is centered at the bottom. The reverse side showcases an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness. Below the eagle is a wreath, and above it, the words United States of America and A Pluribus Unum are prominently displayed. In 1966, the U.S. Mint produced approximately 821,101,500 Washington quarters, making it a common coin. However, finding one in pristine condition can be challenging due to circulation wear. Circulated 1966 quarters are generally worth 25 cents to $3. Uncirculated examples in MS-65 condition can be worth around $20 to $50. Special mint set SMS coins, which were only produced for collectors, can be worth even more, especially if they exhibit deep cameo contrast. Some valuable errors to look for include double die obverse, DDO. This error shows doubling in the inscriptions or Washington's profile, off-center. Strikes. A misaligned strike can make a 1966 quarter more valuable. Struck on silver planche. Although extremely rare, some 1966 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver blanks from 1964. While the 1966 quarter is common, high-grade specimens and error coins can be valuable. If you have one, check for errors and condition. It could be worth much more than face value. 1966 Washington quarter dollar coin. Historical context. The 1966 Washington quarter comes from a significant era in U.S. coinage history. The mid-1960s was a period of transition as the U.S. Mint faced a nationwide coin shortage due to silver hoarding. This was shortly after the country removed silver from dimes and quarters in 1965. To combat hoarding and circulation issues, Congress passed legislation suspending mint marks and reducing proof set production. In response to the coin shortage, the U.S. Mint also discontinued proof and uncirculated coin sets between 1965 and 1967. Instead, special mint sets, SMS, were introduced, which were produced in San Francisco but bore no mint marks. Design features. The 1966 Washington quarter retained the original design created by John Flanagan in 1932. The key design elements include obverse, front. Features: a left-facing bust of George Washington with the word Liberty above his head, the date 1966 below his chin, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," to the left. Reverse, back, displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches below. The inscriptions United States of America and $quarter encircle the top and bottom. Metal composition, made from 75% copper and 25% nickel, eliminating silver content. Diameter and weight, 24.3 millimeters in diameter and 5.67 grams in weight. Mintage and rarity. The total mintage of 1966 Washington quarters was 821,101,500, which is a high number. Since mint marks were temporarily suspended from 1965 to 1967, all coins appear as though they were struck in Philadelphia, even though some were minted in Denver and San Francisco. Additionally, the U.S. Mint produced special mint set SMS quarters with a satin-like finish, making them slightly more desirable among collectors. Market value and key varieties. Circulated condition, typically worth 25 cents to $3. Uncirculated, MS65 or higher, $10 to $20, $30, with higher grades reaching $50 plus. Special mint set SMS versions, $15 to $50 depending on grade. Full cameo or deep cameo SMS quarters. These can fetch $300 to $1,000 due to their stunning contrast and rarity. Notable errors and collector interest. Double die obverse. DDO. Some 1966 quarters exhibit slight doubling on Liberty or the date. These can be worth $50 to $500 depending on severity. Struck on a nickel planchet. A rare error where the quarter is mistakenly struck on a 5-gram nickel planchet, making it smaller and thinner. Value, $1,000 plus. Off-center. Strikes. Coins struck 5 to 50% off-center can range from $50 to $1,000 depending on visibility. Clipped planchet. Coins missing a portion of their edge due to a miscut during minting can be worth $75 to $300. Collectors often seek out high-grade SMS examples and error varieties, making the 1966 quarter an interesting addition to any collection. The 1994 P Washington quarter is another noteworthy coin that holds interest for collectors, primarily due to its condition rarity and potential errors. By the 1990s, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for over 60 years. The 1994 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the P Mint mark on the obverse. Unlike earlier quarters, this coin belongs to the copper-nickel clad era, which began in 1965. John Flanagan's design remained unchanged, maintaining its classic look. Obverse, Washington's left-facing profile, Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, the year 1994 at the bottom, and the P Mint mark on the right side. Reverse. The eagle with spread wings clutching arrows with a wreath below, United States of America, and E Pluribus Unum above. The Philadelphia Mint produced 825,600,000 Washington quarters in 1994, making it a high mintage coin. Despite this, high-quality uncirculated examples are harder to find. Circulated quarters are generally worth 25 cents to $1. MS65 condition examples can sell for $15 to $40. A proof-like or deep cameo, DKM version, from mint sets can be valued at $100 or more. Several errors make this quarter more desirable. Off-center strikes. Some 1994 P quarters show partial designs due to off-center strikes, increasing their value. Double die obverse, DDO. Slight doubling on Washington's profile or lettering can significantly raise its worth. Missing clad layer. Some quarters were struck without the nickel layer, revealing a copper surface, which can be worth hundreds of dollars. While most 1994 P quarters are worth only face value, finding a high-grade example or an error coin can turn it into a valuable collectible. It's always a good idea to inspect your quarters carefully. 1994 P Washington quarter Dollar coin. Historical context. The 1994 P Washington quarter was minted in an era when the US Mint was transitioning towards modernized production techniques. By the 1990s, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for over 60 years, with the original design still in place. 1994 was also a time when coin collectors became increasingly interested in high-grade examples due to better minting technology, making well-preserved specimens from this year particularly desirable. Design features. Like previous quarters, the 1994 P Washington quarter continued John Flanagan's classic design. Obverse. The well-known portrait of George Washington, with liberty above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year 1994 below. The P mint mark appears to the right of Washington's ponytail, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Reverse. The heraldic eagle design remains unchanged, featuring an eagle clutching arrows with olive branches beneath. United States of America and quarter dollar are inscribed around the design. Composition. The copper-nickel-clad composition remains the same as previous non-silver. Quarters. Diameter and weight. 24.3 millimeters in diameter and 5.67 grams in weight. Mintage and rarity. The Philadelphia Mint struck a total of 825,600,000 1994 P quarters, making it a common coin in circulation. Because of the high mintage, finding one in circulated condition is very easy, but high-grade specimens in mint state, MS66 or higher, can be much harder to find. Market value and key varieties. Circulated condition, worth to 25 cents to $1. MS63 to MS65, $3 to $15 depending on eye appeal. MS66 to MS67, $50 to $100, $250. MS68 or higher. Extremely rare, often selling for $1,500 to $4,000 at auctions. Notable errors and collector interest. Double die, reverse. DDR. Some quarters show doubling on the eagle's wings or lettering, valued between $50 to $500. Off-center strikes. Coins struck 10 to 50% off-center can fetch $100 to $1,000 based on how well the date is visible. Broad strike error. These coins lack a rim due to improper striking and are worth $50 to $300. Struck on a wrong planchet. Some 1994 P quarters were mistakenly struck on nickel or dime planchets, making them highly valuable, ranging from $1,000 to $5,000. While 1994 quarters are generally common, finding one in high grade or with errors can be lucrative for collectors. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1994 and 1966 quarters. 1994 P Washington quarters. While both coins are common in circulation, their rarity in high grades and special error varieties make them exciting finds for collectors. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more coin-related content. Let us know in the comments if you have any of these quarters, especially error varieties. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on NT Coins World.